next thing you need is a score sheet and a pen or a pencil or marker, whatever you like. Now, players may use blank sheets or pre-printed sheets that allows you to record your own score, total your score, your opponent's score, and your opponent's total score. Now, this will help you throughout the game. I would advise you to do it move by move so you know where you are in the game, and that would help you to make strategic decisions when playing your move. Now, there's an option of tile tracking or simply writing down what you played, what your opponent played to recreate the board, because then later on it helps you remember. Also, you can write down your moves. This is a very simple Scrabble sheet, and it varies from player to player. Most of the sheets have tile distribution pre-printed to help you see how many tiles have been played, or you can simply recreate the Scrabble board to help you understand and remember the board. Score sheets in tournaments also usually record the names of the players, the rounds played, and the eventual winner and the loser. Some players also record the tiles they pick out of the bag, but if your opponent sees them, there's nothing much you can do. So I would avoid doing that. If your sheet has any additional markings or text on it, do show it to your opponent so they can see it's all fair and that there are no words or other guides to help you remember words. You also need a reference dictionary. One of the objectives of the game involves making valid words. Bluffing your way or attempting to make a word that you're unsure of is pretty legal. Yes, it is legal, but there's a big but here. Your opponent does have the right to challenge the validity of the word you played, and it can have adverse consequences, because if you did try to bluff, or in Scrabble's language, phony, then you might lose your turn. So it's best that you agree what your reference source is before you play, either by a book or an online source. Now, there's several apps or online sources available to provide you with various dictionary options. This can help you prevent disputes and also add an exciting element to the game. The exhilaration of waiting to see if a word is real or not can sometimes be very, very exciting, but nerve-wracking at the same time, especially if you played that word. Any dictionary is fine for home or social playing as long as it contains words from 2 letters to 15 letters in length. Though very rare to see, the Scrabble board does allow a word up to 15 letters in length to be played on it by extending existing words on the board. Provided the word is legal and unchallenged, you can play a 15-letter long word. And lastly, if you go and play a tournament, it's usually specified what dictionary will be used, so always double check before going to a tournament. Last but not the least, you need a clock. An essential part of tournament Scrabble is a clock. You don't need it for friendly games, but you do need this for tournament Scrabble. Again, they're very similar to chess clocks, but there are a lot of different clock and time apps available. These allow each player to play on their own time and then switch to opponent's time when their move is completed. This works in a 2-player per game setup, which is the usual tournament setup. The length of the game is predetermined and varied, but regular tournament games give each player 25 minutes on their clock with penalties for going over time. Some home, social, or school games have timers for the entire game rather than a single move. So it depends what you want to do with this. Now, I hope you enjoyed this introduction to Scrabble and the unwrapping of the things you need to play Scrabble. If you did like it, please leave a comment or message me on Instagram, or simply check out myword.live. Thank you.